What's up, guys? Welcome back to another replay review. It's going to be a matchup of myself as the deli versus my opponent on the other side here. This is Walong as Order of the Dragon. And this is a matchup that I struggle with quite a bit, but I want to try a couple things differently going into this one. Had a bit of a rough patch where I was a little sick for a couple weeks and games just weren't going my way, but we're back on the upswing a bit, trying to make another run back for Conk before the end of the season. But this one's on Dry Arabia. And if we take a look at our spawn, we got a pretty good spawn, really. We got golden berries to the back. I got one of the deer packs in the back. More gold, more stone, more berries. A bunch of stuff in the back, so looking pretty good for us. And if we take a look at his spawn as well, pretty fortunate spawn for him also. He's got gold in the back, he's got deer in the back. OOTD like to start on the deer quite often. Let's see if we can find his... I think his scout is still around here somewhere. Yeah, he's over here on the deer, killing the deer. So that's going to help us a little bit as far as getting more sheep. Alright, we're just going with our standard age up. Now, excuse me, one of the approaches I want to try in this game, and in general, I think against OOTD, I try to get to castle fairly quickly. So we'll see if he will cooperate with us on that. OOTD can kind of play it both ways. They have a pretty strong feudal if they go that route, but if they do go fast castle, then it turns into the battle for the relics. So we're doing okay with sheep so far. And he's coming down towards our side of the map. We're now in wood, and we're going to be getting ready to age up here fairly soon. So nothing too out of the ordinary on his side. No dark age shenanigans. So we're both just playing to get to feudal. And of course, we're spotting for the sheep. We also want to get eyes on as many of the relics as we can. So we got 4 of them just on this side, and there's another one out this way. Just the one sacred site that we spotted so far. Of course, those are pretty important for us. And feudal, we can capture those and start trickling in that passive gold. All right, so we spot our deer pack in the back. One thing I have been trying to do a better job of recently is utilizing pro scouts. Daily does get them a little bit slower. Good pick by him. So a lot of times it comes down to trying to deny those from your opponent and then being able to take the deer yourself. And just kind of delaying making those additional scouts. So we're on the way up with the Dome of the Faith. If we take a look at his side, he is aging up with the mine work. Of course, we have not scouted that yet. So still not sure what exactly he's going for on his side. See, he came this way. I don't know if there weren't a lot of sheep on this side, and he got them. Most of the sheep I got were down on behind his base. A little bit of idle time there, not great. Yep, making our way. Now there was a recent nerf to the scholars from the Dome of the Faith. It cost an extra 10 gold, which does it changes the game a bit. It does delay the third scholar that comes out by a decent amount to where, you know, before that you could keep 2 on gold, continuously mine gold, and be able to move out and take sacred sites by about 7 minutes with my build. Where now that does really push that back maybe a minute or so. Let's see if I can catch that sheep. Oh no, no good. So a lot of times you will probably want to throw a third villager over onto gold while you're aging up. So we are up. So first thing we're going to do is queue up Sanctity. We do want to go ahead and drop our barracks here. And out of the blacksmith. Once Wilbur comes in, we will be researching professional scouts. Now with the focus on getting to castle a little sooner. I want one more to food here so we can make sure we get this Ghazi out, but I'm also going to start moving to gold. We want to be a little heavier on gold and food, not as much on wood, so we can try to get to age up. Now if we look at his side, okay, he's not quite there yet, but that is a pretty late age up. That's usually a pretty good indication that that's probably going to be a castle play. I think we did. Yep, we spotted the mine work. You see now we are rallying to gold so that we can keep constantly producing the scholars with a bit extra to work towards castle. So now we're trying to get a look at what he's got going on over here. So I do have my Gazis rallied to where his deer are. I want to try to just disrupt him a little bit, make his vills run around. Okay, there's a scout. He is up, and we can see now he's making a move towards Fast Castle himself, which we don't really mind. Again, we're heading that way ourselves. We've got 4 on gold, and we'll be able to move out here towards the sacred sites in just a moment. Should have another scholar in queue there, and I do not. Alright, so we are going to cause some of that idle time on the vills. But I don't want to lose this Ghazi for free. Now I spotted his scout. I had this Ghazi trying to chase that scout. I'm not sure what happened. He just stopped. So he gets away. You know, always advantageous to kill the scout, but especially if they're going to try to go pro scouts themselves just to whittle that number down. He did mine a little bit of stone, so he's going to get arrow slits here. And on our side, we're real heavy on food. Alright, got our scholar out, so we can go ahead and move out to take the sacred sites now. And we're going with the blacksmith, so we can work on getting our techs before we drop another production building. Alright, and he's now going down with the Regnuts, which we're there, we spot it, so we know what's going on. So what I want to do, I've got 2 Gazis on the field and my scout, and I want to try to deny the relic. So he hasn't made any production yet. He's just got the stable going up now. So we're going to want to drop a blacksmith, but we're also going to want to just move out and try to protect these relics. Now, this Ghazi could use a little bit of healing, so we're going to go and deal with this scout. It's going to try to stop the sacred site, as well as get healed up a bit. And then this scout, I'm going to go ahead and park him on the relic. And we've got our barracks coming down because we spotted that stable. I'll go ahead and change this over to resource per minute. Alright, we're not quite there yet. So he's aged up, and we're still gathering. Alright, we got 1 sacred site, and I'm just going to go ahead and move out towards the relics now. Right. Did queue up a 3rd Ghazi, so we got 2 here. We've run that scout out, we don't want to lose that. A little bit of a mistake letting that run so deep. Luckily, it starts firing down on the scout for a volley, so we do save it. Alright, and now we have enough to age up. Could refresh the slumber camp as well. We're just going to move over to position ourselves on the sacred sites as well. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then he's already picking this one up, so we're going to take out one of his prelates, which is huge, right? Because they don't get those until they age up, and then they got to create them. Alright, so we're going up with the House of Learning. I have been having a little bit of success lately with the fast castle builds, predominantly going with the Compound of the Defender. This time out for the House of Learning. A little better micro here, and I might have been able to kill this prelate too. Instead I lose 2 Gazis, and they do not accomplish much. So he's got at least 1. Alright, and then we're macroing for once we hit castle. Do want to get our other blacksmith, and we want to get crossbows also. Alright, so we are up. We can go ahead and start taking some of these, and taking our free techs that we're going to get here. So we're going to take the relics first. So 1, 2, 3. He's got a knight already on the field. That might be his, yeah, this is the second one. So we got to be a little conscious of that. Now, unfortunately, these guys are just standing here. They could have maybe cut this off and stopped some of this aggression on the scholar. See if he's got... Right, I don't really have enough to contest those knights yet. A bit of idle time on the TC, not good. Ooh, rip. Alright, so 2 knights in the base. Not terribly overwhelming yet. Fortunately, he's going to pick up that relic. That's the second one going back to him. Now we just got to survive this. Good. Crossbows in queue. A couple more relics. We're going to try to use our advantage here. Just to create some space. Hold him out of the base a bit. That one's really low health, and we are going to survive here. So, for now, we're okay. And as you can see, okay, we've got some of our techs coming in. We've now got 3 relics ourselves, and then we are working on the pro scouts. We're going for the ones out on the map first. Not sure if maybe I killed those before pro scouts was in, or if he killed them. Got those. We got these behind our base, and we can see that he is actually not going for pro scouts, so he's actually moving out onto the deer. Now, I got a little bit distracted just trying not to die there, where these deer should have already been in, and then the other way, I'm probably going to go for the deer behind my base first. He's actually moving out to take some of these sacred sites now. Okay, so he pulls off the deer. He's actually going to move back towards the gold first. You see, we are macroing up. As these deer are coming in, now we'll be able to even out our food a little bit as well. Now, one of these techs from the House of Learning that I've really underutilized up to this point is the reinforced foundations, which is super useful. You can garrison in the houses, and the houses shoot, so it's basically like a tower. It makes your houses a little stronger. Now, coming into this, the last game I played against, not OTD, but HRE, just had my farms rated like crazy. So what I want to try here is, once I get my farms laid out, just kind of surround them with houses. So if I do get raided, I can just garrison the houses and keep my bills pretty safe. So just something that I've kind of let fall behind as I've been playing. So I want to try to do a better job of that in this game if it comes to it. Take a look here. So no farms out of him yet. He's on the berries. Yeah, not much food right now for him. What's he got going on? Okay, he's going to take the boar, and he's got the gold here as well. Got 10 bills, so he's got too many. Let's see what he does with that. Alright, we're going to recap that sacred site. We've surrendered the 2 on top for the time being. Alright, now we're bringing home our deer from the back of the base. So, still wide open on this side. We're taking our second berry patch. And if we look at, got all the scouts, but I don't really know what he has going on at the moment. No vision really on what he's doing. We do have both blacksmiths working, and we are missing one of the ecotechs at the moment. He's gonna move out onto the other berries. So here's where, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Not sure what mistake I made with the pro scouts, but they're not bringing them home. But anyway, I could have had those and then made a move to go ahead and take these deer as well. Trying to get a little more vision on the map now. Spot a couple of knights that are getting blocked by the wall. But I imagine he's probably got a lot more than that somewhere. As you can see, right now he actually does not. So we have a pretty big window here to try to be aggressive, do some damage. We're going to wall the rest of our base just so we don't get any surprise attacks. And as we reel in this wood, we're just going to keep transitioning into farms here slowly as these deer run out. And another thing I could try here, if he's not going to show up with any units, I'm a little worried about him just going straight to imp. So we're going to start macroing a little bit and not going too crazy on units and see if maybe we can try to get to imp too. So a little bit of idle time on the vills, pushing them off the berries. That's a lot of vills. 22 vills. Alright, so now we're going to force him into farms a bit, but he doesn't have a lot of wood yet. Alright. A few farms out here too, so he's spreading way out across the map. Alright, didn't see a whole lot of military here. Let's see. No stone me mind yet. A little bit of a mistake here. My army moves before I move them. So we're giving some free shots on premium units without a whole lot of contest. Alright, now we're going to bring our full army. We do have the numbers here. Now all this DPS is going to come from these crossbows, so we're going to try to take those out. So that ends up being a pretty good exchange for us. He does a good job picking up some reinforcements. He's just got the 2 knights here. We dropped a few more production buildings, so we can try to get some of our upgrades if needed as well. And while we're here, we're going to re-wall this. We'll move out and wall up this sacred site as well, just to slow down his contests a little bit. So he moves all the way over here. So he's got 22 villas on the berries. And again, we got vision on that this time. And then just running right past these deer. We're not picking them up. So a little bit of a mistake there. I'm going to move from here so that we don't just open this whole front of the base. I need to fix that wall a bit. Alright, first elephant on the field. So those are archers, but they have pretty high attack. They got 16 bow attack. Let's see where we're at. Reinforced foundations, almost in. Still no fertilization just yet. Alright, and I had scouted this, so I have a knight coming up. He did do a good job. Got a tower, got it upgraded. Got sprinkled. Sprinkled in placement, so not a whole lot of damage that one knight's gonna be able to do. So a lot of towers, but we got a decent amount of idle time, so we're happy with that. I don't know if it's worth losing the knight, but we got one bill. Let's see, he's massing up a bit, and we are macroing to what looks like could be an opening for H4 right now. So 3 sacred sites are resecured. We've got 3 relics right now, and then we've got our farm transition coming in pretty nicely. Rewalled here, so there's no opening. And we're working on... Oh. Not sure why those guys are idle. But it is what it is. And then again, we know all these vills are over here, so we're going to move our units that way. It's pretty good. He's all the way up here. Could have removed this elephant from the group so I could chase these guys down a little better. But again, we've got another, I think that's 22. Yeah, 22 vills running all the way across the map. Not gathering right now, so again, very valuable idle time at the moment. Alright, now he's coming with his army. Oh, he did leave a unit there, so he's going to decap that one. Alright, let's see if we can get some damage here. Oh, overrun that. Feels bad. And his army shows up, so we're pretty out of position here with a good chunk of units, which is unfortunate. Only 2 Vil kills to show for it, which doesn't feel great. Alright, so we've got no units in queue at the moment. You can see he's got a decent sized army that chased us down there. So again, our main goal right now is to not die. But I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot with my farm transition already most of the way in. Gonna get those guys to work. So now I really just need to try to survive what is probably coming my way. I know at this point, I think I saw those. Yeah, they killed a unit, so we know that's coming. Alright, let's see, we got some units in queue. We're gonna have to spend our resources now, so if we're gonna get to Imp, it's gonna have to wait. Oh no. I sent these over here with the intent of killing this guy and then rewalling, but we just died. Alright, so here's where I mentioned, you can see I'm dropping the houses down around my farms so that I have somewhere for the villas to garrison so they don't have to run around all over and they're not going to die right away anyway. Okay, this is looking a little bit scary. I don't have a lot of units yet. But we do have 5 scholars. We got 3 relics that can create some space. We've got the houses coming down where we can garrison. And I'm looking to go towards a lot of range units here. I don't think I have enough at the moment. Yep. So we're going to take the crossbows and try to focus down his crossbows. Do pop a mangonel. He's got, let's see, at least 1 lance connect. 2, 3 lance connects. I mean, those things are devastating to these unarmored units. I should have focused those down first. But he hasn't moved into the eco yet, so as he comes... Okay, now we're gonna just garrison all my villas. And you can see it's actually super helpful. Does he make it? He does not make it. So we're in the TC. Still working back here. These guys are firing away and they're safe. Now we're gonna pull those relics. See if we get any. Ooh, we do get a few. So we got 8 pop. Flipped from his side to ours. Ooh, one of those being a crossbow. So, trying to fight to stay alive. Not making villas at the moment. See, this house is still just doing work. It's pretty useful. Alright, now we're struggling for food, so that's why we had to pull our bills. This is my gilded crossbow. I should have pulled him back too. So could have microed this much better for sure, but we're healing up the mangonel. And right now, looks like we're alive. So we've got Vills back to work. Resources in the bank, and we can start creating some more units. Again, I don't know if he's going to stop that push or pull back and try to regroup. Again, we've got a hole on this side, and a lot of walking time, banking up a lot of wood. We'll probably start turning that into some more farms. Still haven't gotten fertilization, but all of our blacksmith techs are about in, so about everything that we can get other than fertilization has been researched. So scholars have served their purpose. And again, another pretty ballsy move by him, moving out all the way across the map to take my berries and the boar on my side. Which is fine. I mean, he's got the map control and has me stuck in my base right now. So, I'm not sure, yeah, like 23 seconds. Not sure how many villas I should have right now. Pretty pretty sure he's still going to have the gathering lead. It might be. We'll see. Once these start dropping off, I think that food's going to skyrocket. Because having only a 5 bill advantage, I think is still behind against OTD. Now, we're getting a little heavy on gold. We use some of that extra wood to drop more production, and then as well as we're going to go for veteran archers. So if he's going to keep showing up with all the spearmen, crossbows are fine, the spearmen and the lance connect. The archers are actually going to do a little better. So we should be... Not sure where, but somewhere. We have the archer upgrade coming in. And try to pull small raiding unit to run around, see if he's still on the food or the gold that's over here. And then we're going to try to sneak in and re-wall this sacred site as well. He said this one's walled up, so him just sending one unit is going to take him a bit to be able to break in there. I don't know. Where that's being researched. Alright, so they're still there. Not quite halfway through that gold mine. These Springle towers are just going to shred these Ghazi. A little bit of a mistake there, just leaving all the houses around unbuilt. Some little bit of waste of wood. You can see some more farms coming in. Now we're moving over to stone too, so again, if he's going to try to make a push into our base, we've got another gold in the back. We've got more stone, we've got more wood, so I don't need to push out just yet. So I'm going to try to drop a keep probably in my base as well. Here's where we see, alright, his army is just on our doorstep, so he's probably going to attack again. We're feeling a little better about this mess. So I've got 3 mangonels now. A lot of range units, 19 crossbows, 11 archers. The knights are almost worthless with all the crossbows and spearmen, so men-at-arms really is what I'm taking for a front line. Pretty good catch by him there, running the spear over. But this time we're going to show up with knights and try to do a little more damage. Alright, we're going to take this fight. Their numbers are so deceiving. And all the lance connect. Yeah, I shouldn't just stand and trade with this with the range units. I'm going to pull back behind the wall. I should have done that much earlier. You can see these knights just absolutely melt. And we did get, I think, a couple more Vil kills, but the Springle towers are just torching us now. So again, we repel him, push him back, and for now, we're still alive. See how many... And we're up to 51 on food. And we're still barely matching where he's at. Let's see where he's at for techs. Yeah, pretty good job by him. So he's got all that researched. And I lost a lot of knights for not a lot there. We didn't get a lot done. This is where it's starting to look really scary. Now he's transitioning into farms over here as well. I don't know if that's necessary, but again, he's probably feeling pretty good about his position. He just essentially wiped my army. He's got 101 military pop to my 34. We're going to drop this emergency keep. And another thing that, again, I've underutilized up to this point, but I want to make sure we put in use more going forward. Is Springles, especially against this almost completely melee infantry. So again, we've got the relics. Oh, big bowl of loads, see what we can get. Oof. So we got a few. Is it enough? Ooh, huge mango shots there. Oh, another one. Woo. Picked up the horseman. So you can see our numbers are almost even now. We're surviving. Just the men-at-arms left. So the Lance-Connect's gone. That takes out a lot of the DPS. It's just the men-at-arms. We can do pretty well against that, especially with all the crossbows. Again, we're gonna just pop these relics back. And here come the Springolds. Fairly cheap for what they do. 150 wood, 100 gold. Create in 15 seconds. If I pop a Scholar in there, that'll be, what, 7-8 seconds that we'll get Springolds. Alright, he's kind of doubling down on this position over here. Tripling down. So he's going to be putting production up front. So he's proxying over and he's just going to full send here. 2 siege workshops, 3 barracks. So he's moved out onto this gold. A little bit of a farm transition in his base. He's kind of spread out all over. And you can see our food eco is really ramped up here. So I think we're now up to, okay, just under 50. We're at 2,500 food a minute. So we're feeling pretty good about that at this point. Got the gold in the back. Now, once this runs out, what do we have? 3,000 left. We will have to move out. So we're taking some more stone. Got a couple gold nodes over here. So we got the 8K and a 4K. And we'll be able to drop a keep there and set up shop. I'm not aware that this is... I can see these units, but I don't know that he has the production here yet. He does let me get away with getting the wall up. Does he have... He's only got 1 tower over here, too. You see, this time we're going to have numbers a bit more in our favor. Okay, we did get fertilization, finally. Alright, so he's going to opt for Trebs, which is interesting. From that angle, there's not a whole lot that he has access to. Alright, you can see we're actually flipping numbers in our favor a bit. How many... Okay, we're up to 6 Springolds. We've just got the 1 Mangonel right now. No Knights, no Gazis. 49 crossbows. 17 archers. Against this. As well as 6 Springolds. So these numbers look pretty well in our favor this time around. Oof. Look at those crossbows and Springolds just mow them down. Alright, pulled a few men-at-arms too to take out the Trebs. Oof. And that goes about how we thought it would. The Springolds are crazy, man. With that mass of melee units, they just absolutely melt those down. Alright. And behind that, we're macroing up. We've already dropped the Palace of the Sultan, so we're going H4. And we're feeling really, really good about that exchange. We've only got 6 Scholars so far, but... Again, still not aware of all this over here, I don't believe. But losing this proxy base here is going to hurt quite a bit. That's a big chunk of his production. He doesn't have a whole lot back home. Boom. We hit H4. We're going to have our Tower Elephants coming. He just instantly GG's. Felt pretty good about that one. We were in a really tough spot there. Just before that last engagement, when we were down, what, 100 military pop to 30. And to be able to hold on to that one felt pretty good. Take a look at the graphs. The villager count never got too out of line. It felt like... I mean, I had a lot of idle time as well when I had to garrison all my villas in the houses. It felt like I had him running around quite a bit as well. Military count. And here's where went a little bit sideways, and then here as well. Wow, just a really bad exchange for us. But that last one was obviously the game changer, where he lost nearly everything and we did not lose much at all. So really good counter to his comp. Let's see, resources gathered. So we're just ahead with even though villas were pretty close. We had the sacred sites longer, I would say. And then I don't believe at a point he was close to H4, but once we wiped his army, I think he queued a bunch of production. Yeah, he had no gold, or he had spent it all. So yeah, he was in a pretty bad spot. Of course, KDE is going to be in his favor, but these are essentially counted for double. So it's really like 250 killed, 340 lost. That's kind of interesting to see. So probably, I mean, pretty even, really. Average villager idle. So we got him beat by a little bit, but I don't think that counts all the time they spent running around the map too. So there you have it. If you liked what you saw, feel free to drop a comment down below, leave a follow on the channel. I'll continue to post these uploads. Here soon I will be transitioning and playing some other civs as we prepare for the new season and new DLC to update. So be looking forward to that, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.